The humble hologram. Is there a more iconic element in the Star Wars galaxy for making intergalactic calls? I think not. Today in the Smuggler's Room, we are teaming up with a truly remarkable maker to bring you a fully functional Star Wars Hologram project. What's up, you awesome geeks? I'm Brian, this is the Smuggler's Room, and today we have the pleasure of sharing with you a fantastic project created by one of my favorite people in the world. His name is Thomas, and unless you've been living in a cave in Dagobah, you probably already know some of his work. He is probably most notably known for his contribution in bringing the Swedish Falcon to life. Thomas and his project partner Esma poured their hearts and soul into this build, and it's been on tour all over Europe. I encourage you to follow the links below to the Swedish Falcon group on Facebook, where you can get a great look at the project in full. Thomas is always inventing something amazing, and he was kind enough to share his hologram project with us here and give us a chance to build our own custom version. That's the project we have today, and stick around until the end because we're going to show you how you can get your hands on all the files you need to build your very own. Okay, let's do this.
A pretty significant fail right there. Huh. Oh no! I'll have to redo that whole piece. Can you believe that? Oh, what a bummer.
Are you crazy?
Nope. Step away from the keyboard. You don't need to tell me I'm using the wrong adhesive. I said last week I needed a different glue for 3D prints, but this was filmed before that. So going forward, we're good. We're all good. The key to pulling off this awesome hologram project is the 3D Hologram Fan. The fan blades contain 832 densely arranged LED beads, and it produces a resolution of 2000 by 1400. It's a 27.5-inch hologram fan, and its detail and clarity are pretty exciting. Okay, we got it temporarily set up here on a bracket, and then the fan's wired up, and now we're gonna go ahead and give it a test. See if we can't get a little Vader TIE Fighter action going. Here we go.
Are you crazy?
Now we're talking. The dreaded sanding. With FDM printing, it's nearly unavoidable. And I'm proudly joining the Van Oaks Props Anti-Sanding Club with this project. But it is a must if you want your print to come out looking smooth and clean. In this process, we'll sand, we'll use glazing spot putty over the seams and other areas that need smoothing out. Then we'll hit the entire project with an automotive filler primer, sand that down, and then we'll repeat the process as many times as necessary to get a great finish. Friends, don't let friends paint with cold paint.
We've done some sanding and sealing and a spray filler primer, and now Miss Smuggler gets to sand.
This next step is using all-clad chrome, and I'll tell you, I have a lot to learn about this process. It's amazing stuff, but you really need to know what you're doing in order to get the most desired result. I'm going to link to Eminem's prop shop in the description. She teaches a lot about using this type of paint, but she also has some of the most incredible printing, painting, and prop making skills that are out there. It's a fantastic channel, and it's really going to help you with your projects.
Sometimes with electronics, it's a little easier to do it and then explain what was done. We have a 12-volt power supply that we're running to all 9 to 12 volt rated LEDs. What I've done for every batch of LEDs, so in this case there's 3 white, there's a single red blinking, is I've run them to these clips. And I'll put link in the description. But you have all the grounds on one and all the positives on the other. And then there's a feed from the power supply to each ground and positive that runs back to a central set of clips that you can see here. From the actual power supply, we're running a positive feed, and then we're running a negative feed. And then these feed out to all the sets of clips that you see in here. Every batch of LEDs are then backfed over to a set of clips, and then each clips are run over to the actual power supply. And because these are all pre-wired LEDs, we don't have to worry about resistors or any of that stuff to go with them. We can just power everything, and now we can test. My 12-volt power supply is very simple. I also have a Phoenix connector here with the positive and negative, and now I can just plug it in. We have our warm LEDs, and then these blinking here, there's no programming. That's just an LED that's set to blink at the intervals you see, so you can't really adjust it. Now we've got these LEDs are all installed and ready to go. There are these little windows here, and I've got the 3D prints that will be set inside there. What we're showing you right here is some of the awesome STL 3D printable designs that Thomas has done for this. And you can 3D print those, and they've got the greeblies already built in for you, which is awesome. In ours, I want to take and do some kit bashing out of model parts from my kit bashing bin that we can cut down and shape so that they fit inside these details. And then we'll hit them with paint and some rub and buff, and then we'll be able to set those inside. Another really great tool is one of these inexpensive saws. It's really nice for some of these small, delicate jobs. I'm then going to come back with a nail file. That's right, some more beauty tips from the Smuggler's Room to help you with your projects. Now I've cut styrene pieces to fit inside, so we'll be able to glue our greebly inside against the styrene, and then I can paint that separately. For one of the other ones, I've got a little circuit board. So we're gonna just spray the circuit board, and then we can set that in as a detail. for this last one, I've got a nice little heat sink right here that's going to go perfect in there. We are in the home stretch. The last section of things to deal with is the mount that Thomas designed for the pole, which will hold the fan that controls the LED to give us the hologram. A 3D printed part where this will align with this structure in here, and then this will also house the U-track that's going to hold up the piece. That is a nice tight fit as well, so that's great. This design here is actually designed to slide over the pipe this way, and then this piece right up here fits into the fan itself. So it slides in there nice and tight. We can bolt that right onto the U-track here. So I wanted to make sure that we get this positioned so it's not too high, but we want to be able to have distance between the emitter area down here and where the fan is going to hit. There is one last thing we need to do here, and that is we're going to put this globe in place. This is an LED globe, and it sits down inside here, and it sits down inside this 3D modeled part here. Now, in Thomas's 3D model, he actually has a modeled globe that fits in here, and he created that out of white filament. And I didn't have any more white filament, so I just took a simple half globe that they use to make ornaments out of, and it happens that the smaller version fits perfectly right over the top. And now we've got our globe. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to address this little section right here. On Thomas's project, he has an actual digital display here that illuminates. I wanted to go a little bit in a different direction
and add some simple analog buttons to this section. This is something Thomas pointed out. He wanted to see what we would all do to customize the project and make it our own. Let's see how we did. We don't often work on projects that someone else has designed, but I can tell you that this was a true pleasure. We want to give a big thank you to Thomas for collaborating with us on this build. Thomas, my friend, thank you so much for trusting us with your project. And as we mentioned at the beginning, if this is a project you think you'd like to make for yourself, we have links for Thomas's Etsy store in the description below where you can find a complete breakdown of the project instructions, everything you need to build this for yourself. And when I say everything you need, I mean it. Thomas has detailed instructions, links to product, and of course, the videos for the holograms that he filmed and edited. There are more videos that he created for the hologram than we showed in this video. Your support for makers like Thomas helps keep all of us going to bring bigger and better things to the entire community. We truly hope you enjoyed this project, and if you want to see another, you can click on the link right here, and we'll see you the next time we build something out of nothing.